Hello everyone, welcome back to another anime review. We are reviewing an anime called This Demon Girl Lives Next Door. Now, when it comes to this anime, I would like to say this. The main plot, we'll get to that. We have three main characters, two magical girls and a demon girl. Those are the main plots. I'm not going to say those. So the demon girl is she lives in an apartment that is like completely abandoned because you can tell by it because all the windows are falling off from the fucking place. And then after she gets her ancestor was a demon, and she gets turned into a demon, and that's why she has to destroy, have to defeat a magical girl, then take her blood. She eventually does get a little of it, and then she can talk to everyone in the second season, but that's beside the point. Her backstory, however, implies to all the magical girls. Her father was a demon, which I think was pretty fucking funny. He signed a contract with a magical girl because the main character had was sick and he wanted her to get better. So instead of her, this is explained in the second season, not the first season. She talks to the magical girl's big sister because her big sister's heart is inside of her, which I think is to make sure that she doesn't die from her illness because she was in the hospital for a long period of time. She's a fragile girl. She doesn't have a lot of strength and she's weak. So they're trying to toughen her up so that she can defeat a magical girl. Pretty much so to speak. So the magical girl feels bad about it, and then she decides to team up with her more times than not, even though they're supposed to be rivals. But they team up most of their problems with each other, and I think that's really interesting. Um, so that's pretty much it. The first season, she's trying to defeat a magical girl, the magical girl who, by the way, I don't know what her name is. I know it begins with M, but the magical girl, has a really bad thing about her sister doing that stuff. But she also has a tragic backstory, so to speak. She lives by herself. She doesn't have no parents. Well, parents that I don't know of, anyway. And the fact that she doesn't want to be a magical girl anymore. Which, if she loses all her magical girl's powers, she disappears, pretty much so to speak. Now, there's a third one, which she is the most tragic one, sort of, besides the main magical girl. The third magical girl has an issue with, how do I say this? She has a curse. That curse does not get solved until the end of the second season. I hope there's a third season because this anime is pretty fucking awesome. So she has a curse, and what the curse does is that when every time she gets emotional or embarrassed or emotional status, like emotional stuff, like excited or embarrassed or stuff like that, she blows shit up. Which I think is pretty fucking funny. She blows shit up. So they've decided to, because she has a devil inside of her, which is not a devil, it's something else, and they make her into a real person at some point because they want to save her, who is doing all this stuff inside of her body, but they also want to make sure that she survives, which I think is pretty fucking funny. So that's the main plot of the anime. Every episode ties into its another episode, which is kind of underwhelming to my opinion because this is technically a parody anime. And usually parody animes like Ninja Nonsense did not have a certain plot. It was a plot for every single episode. Like every episode was its own thing. This anime, however, has a style plot in the first season. First season, she's just trying to get the magical girl's blood. The second season, however, the magical girl goes to the dark side a couple times, so that way she can save her friend. Um, there's some repercussions towards that, but the mad scientist lady, which I'll get to in a minute. So the mad scientist lady, this mad scientist classmate, actually technically, she cooks up something so she can turn into the dark side, but still being a magical girl. So that's what pretty much it is. Okay, so let's go with the side characters. You got the mom and little sister. The little sister wants to be the general, of course, and mom doesn't really get a lot of screen time in the second season. She gets most of the screen time in the first season. She is only. I feel like that the mom was only there to explain what she's supposed to do and explain that. But the other thing is that her mom's only there to explain why her father is trapped and sealed inside a fucking cardboard box with magic, and the magic can't fucking stain anything, and that's pretty fucking funny. Her sister's kind of like a general. She knows how to work a camera though, so that's another thing. Her big sister, the main character, actually buys her little sister a camera, even though they're dirt fucking poor. That's what happens. And you got the two classmates. You got the classmate who is okay with it. She works at the sports festival or something like that. I have no idea. And then you've got whoever the fuck. Oh yeah, the mad scientist lady. She cooks up some weird ass fucking shit that is very fucking expensive. I thought it was fucking funny. She is pretty fucking dope. They make a joke about her living up in the attic because at the very end of the anime, they look up and they say, "Hey, are you coming down?" And she pulls down the ladder. She's like, "Yeah, I'm here. I can hear everything." She's like, "What the fuck?" So yeah, that was pretty fucking funny. Um, then you've got the two other side characters, but they're only in season 2, and that is the thing that looks like a fucking half elephant, half pig. That's black. I don't know why the fuck he sounds like an old coot. And then you got a fox lady where if she's a really good cook, but if you eat her food, you're gonna forget everything you did the previous day, and I think that's pretty fucking funny. Um, so yeah, that's what the main thing about that. Okay. Now then, as for the main, as for the anime itself, when it comes to the parody anime, as the parody aspect, because this is the parody anime, uh, it's kind of overwhelming because usually parody animes are like every single episode is like one separate episode, like Ninja Nonsense and stuff like that. I've already said that again, but I don't give a fuck. This anime, however, has two sections of parody. Even though it's a parody anime and they make jokes every now and again, there's a structure of an anime that's parody. They do make parody references to every now and again, and it's pretty fucking funny. But most parodies do not have a single plot element. This anime has two plots. The first plot is she's trying to get the magical girl's blood, and that's what the main plot of the first season is. And then in the second season, it changes to two things. She wants to be friends with her or something like that. And then the second part is that she is trying to trying to protect the city with the magical girls. I believe at some point. I think it's like episode 6 or 7. But that's pretty much about it. Now, when it comes to the parody anime and comedy, it's pretty good. I hope there's a third season so I can follow up on this review. But for right now, I have to say that this anime gets a 9 out of 10. It's really fucking funny. It's still fucking popular. I'm giving this a 9. Because of the fact that it's really fucking good. I feel like I repeat myself every time I do these fucking reviews. But that's what my opinion is. To be honest with you, it's really good. Like it, watch it. I mean, you can't harm it. There's no evil people. To be honest with you, when the third magical girl comes into play, the main character thinks that she's gonna brutally fucking murder her, and then all of a sudden it's the complete fucking opposite. She's here to help her because they want her to get strong to defeat a magical girl, which is I think is fucking funny. Um, but the other aspect of it is the fact that I like it that it's funny because of the fact that her family's poor and because of this curse, so they don't get a lot of money, which is kind of ironic since they buy out of all three main characters, the Devil Girl buys more shit than the other two, which I think is fucking funny. She always buys fucking food too, which I think it's like you have to buy food that you've never tried before. You know, it's like I'm gonna eat meat, like. But I'm gonna give this anime a 9 out of 10. I hope there's a third season. I'll watch it, give my final thoughts on the third season itself. But I hope you guys have a nice, positive day. Take care and stay positive, everyone. Ah!